Hey guys. Okay, in this video we are going to be talking about dividing integers. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our learning intention. You should be able to find quotients of integers. Here are your success criteria. You can explain the rules for dividing integers. You should be able to find quotients of integers with the same sign and find quotients of integers with different signs. So we're going to do a little key terms review. Our first review word is dividend. So a dividend is the amount or number of objects that you want to divide. And that would be like in our example here, 10 divided by 2 equals 5. Okay, so go ahead and fill in the division sign. The 10 is our dividend. Okay, that is the amount or the number that you want to divide. Our divisor now is the number by which you divide. Okay, so put my division sign here. So that's going to be the 2. So my dividend is the 10. That is the amount or the number of objects. And the 2 is the number by which we're going to divide. So then the quotient, our third review term here, is the answer when you divide one number by another number. Put our division sign here. So 10 divided by 2 equals 5. This is the quotient, the answer. Okay? The dividend, the divisor, the quotient. You will need to make sure that you remember these terms because when you're reading through problems, especially story problems, it'll say, what is the dividend? What is the divisor? Find the quotient. These are words that you need to understand what each of those mean so you'll know what you're supposed to do in that term. At the bottom of this page, I just put a little reminder for you. Remember, division by 0 is undefined. And it's undefined because with division, we can change the problem around. I should be able to say 10 divided by 2 equals 5, but 5 times 2 equals 10. But if I have something divided by 0, I would have to say that it is whatever that number is, and then that can't be correct when we're talking about multiplication. So that is why division by 0 is undefined. If you have questions about these terms, make sure you star them and we can chat about it. All right, let's look at the other side. All right, same sign rule, different sign rule again. So same sign, dividing integers with the same sign. So the quotient of two integers with the same sign is positive. Okay, same thing that we're going to do here is what we did with multiplication. Okay, if they share the same sign, 8 divided by 2 equals 4. Negative 8 divided by negative 2 also equals 4. Okay, super simple concept. If you remember it from multiplication, you'll be fine when you're dividing. Different signs, dividing integers with different signs, the quotient of two integers with different signs is negative. Okay, so if I have a positive 8 divided by a negative 2, it is going to be negative 4. And if I have a negative 8 divided by 2, it is going to be negative 4. So it doesn't matter which way my negative is. If there are different signs, then it's going to end up being negative. And there are some examples here. There's 2 examples here for you to see, and there's an example up here so you can see how the problem was solved. Go to this next page. This is our try it page. So you're going to complete the table just like we did with our multiplication note. So I want you to evaluate the expression. Tell me what type of quotient it is. Remember, quotient means answer when we're talking about division. So tell me what the answer is. And then is it positive, negative, or 0? So in this case, negative 15 divided by 3. Different signs, So that's what this tells me here, and it is -5. And then I'll write negative. Okay. 12 divided by -6, different signs. Just going to put different. -2, and it is negative. Let's jump down here to this 0. 0 divided by -15. This one, I'm not going to say it's same sign or different sign. I'm actually going to say this dividend is 0. Okay, because anything divided by 0 will be 0. Dividend is 0, means the quotient will be 0, and is the quotient positive, negative, or 0? It is 0. Let's go ahead and finish this table. We will talk about it in our recap time. Let's go to this section. Find the quotient if possible. You're going to evaluate the expression and evaluate the expression when given the totals for each of these letters. Okay, so find the quotient. I'm just going to divide 121 by -11. I know just by my math facts, I know that 11 times 11 is 121. These are different sign rules, so I know that it's going to be -11. If you need to use long division, if you can't remember this math fact, I know that's a pretty high fact, then do that. -56 divided by -7 is 8. It's +8 because they both share the same sign. Okay, so try this one on your own. Let's look down here. When you're doing these problems, you need to make sure that you follow the order of operations. Okay, you're going to get a really wonky number if you don't. So PEMDAS. Make sure you follow that when you're solving this. So first thing I'm going to do is these parentheses, -2 times -25, both share the same sign that makes them positive. So it's going to be 50. Then I'm going to divide by this -10. 50 divided by -10, I know that that is -5. Then I'm going to add 3. If they have different signs, I subtract their absolute values. So it'll be 5 minus 3, which will be 2. And then I'll bring over the sign of the bigger absolute value. So it'll be -2. You're going to go ahead and solve this one on your own. Let's jump down to evaluate the expression. So when the expression x equals 30, y is -3, and z equals -2. Okay, so I'm just going to go plug in these numbers. So x equals 30 divided by 2 times -3. Okay, so same rule. I have to follow the PEMDAS rule. So I'm going to start with my parentheses. 2 times -3 is -6. So now I'm going to take 30 divided by -6. They have different signs. 30 divided by -6 is -5. Okay, let's do this one together and then I'll have you do this one on your own. So 5 times -3 times -2 divided by 30. Then I start with my parentheses. So -3 times -2 is a +6. So then I'm going to have 5 times 6 divided by 30. So then I will go 5 times 6, which is 30, divided by 30 equals 1. Okay, try solving this one in your own. I want you guys to just stop the video, finish these problems. Any questions that you have, bring those with you when we do the recap, okay? Right now is a great time to ask questions.